What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over the weekly stock watch list, so everybody's ready for next week. Next week is going to be insane with the whole COVID thing. The market was down after hours. Let's see if we get a bounce next week or we get some more selling off as this COVID news pretty much kind of keeps going. You know, this the 5th, 10th, I can't keep count of any variants we've seen. But if you like this video, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and below comment, because you know this is the best stock crypto channel out there. I like to remind you guys, if you go back to the smallplayers.com, we have a 30% off for Thanksgiving on both our courses, and you also get 1 year of chat room access. And this is here 6 months, but it's gonna be actually 12 months of free chat room access for only $417. It's a steal to me, and that's gonna be live all the way up until tonight. You know, tonight is the last day you can claim it. So if you're watching this video, make sure you hop on this discount before it expires. Because if you're been thinking about it, this is the perfect time to get in. But now let's get straight into the charts. First of all, wait, hold on 1 second. You guys can't see this, but I promise you guys I have a Diet Coke right here. You guys can't see it, but I promise you guys it's here. You guys know I gotta get my Diet Coke in, and I'm addicted. I can't help it. But okay, let's get straight into it. Let's talk about the VIX. First thing we're going to talk about is the VIX. It's definitely going to be high on the watch list tomorrow. It is a high level of resistance here, about 2860. The VIX is actually pretty cool if you never traded it. As you guys can see here, it pretty much follows like a pretty easy to eye pattern. Holds the support on the $15, spikes up a bit, sells off, all that type of stuff. So if you don't have on your watch list, and when the stock market goes down, highly recommend it. It's easy patterns to see. As you guys can see, likes to hold this level right here, kind of. It's like the range too, with this past gap that it has right there. This is kind of like the resistance level that we broke through. So right now it's at the resistance level of 2860. Been rejected there multiple times before, and if we can gap above that, I mean, it pretty much has clear room to hit $38, which would be my next level of resistance. 37.80, $38. If it breaks above that, has now even more room to 45, and above that pretty much has room almost to I would say 65 and then 85. We'll be behind my watch list to see here if we break through and we can have some continuation all the way up to that 38.20 level, or here if we get rejected and sell off back here to potentially look for a bounce on this 2160 level, which would be my first support. If this fails, then I think it does have room all the way to down to 1585. This, of course, will be depending on the overall state of the market, S&P 500, the coronavirus news. Those will be all things to watch, but the VIX is a great tool if you're not using it whenever the market goes down. Easy to trade, lots of liquidity, follows pretty easy to see patterns, and it's a little volatile, but it's not too crazy. So definitely be high on my watch list. And we'll start off with the VIX. As you know, the VIX is the negative one. But let's go look into some other plays that we'll be looking at for next week. Next up, I'll be looking at ticker symbol BROs, Dutch Bros. Pretty new IPO. I think IPO'd on 15th September. IPOs, I don't love to invest in them, but I do like to trade them. It's been holding right here. It's bounced even if the market was pretty much kind of down on Friday, but it's been bouncing on this level of support here, this ascending support here, holding down from this resistance level, this 55, this kind of creating this triangle pattern. So I see two plays with this one, two potential plays with this one. First of all, if we check on the larger time frame, if you guys can see here, it could potentially make a head and shoulder pattern. These will have to fill right here, then come down and fell down this way. That is a possibility that's making, but I would like to capture potentially this move up here. So I can see it waiting for trying to break tomorrow or the next week, trying to break this 55 levels. It could reject, maybe bounce one more time and then break through. And if we reject the 55 level, I'll be looking to trade, to have a short-term to medium-term swing trade all the way up to 62. After that, it will be this next level right here up to 72. Oh, that's not the right tool. I'm going to get my horizontal line. Boom, horizontal line. I will be up here on this 72 here where it double topped previously. But I will be taking most off around the 62 because it does look like it's trying to make this head and shoulder pattern to break down. Furthermore, had earnings on 11 number. Those actually were both great beat. Revenue was only up 3%, but the earnings were beat by 318%, which was great, but still had kind of gapped up and then sold off and to continue selling off. But we don't have earnings again until the 3rd of March, so long ways to go. But definitely be looking for this bounce here, breaking above this 55 level of resistance. potentially get to the 62 mark or so. Seeing if it's gonna make this second is backhand shoulder here for potentially, you know, come down again and see if it'll break through, or, you know, maybe say get some continuation and keep pushing up. But this is the levels that I'll be watching, and this is the trade I'll be watching for ticker symbol BROS, Dutch Bros. Next up, we got a boring one. Berkshire Hathaway. We got good old Buffett, good old Warren. It's something I don't trade too often, but here we have them. Liking the setup, you know, we had a bounce on this trend line here on the daily time frame. Even though Friday was a pretty nasty day, it actually, you know, gapped down but was able to kind of bounce back throughout the day. And, you know, it's been consolidating in this area here between 292 to about 273, kind of hanging out in that $20 range, getting tighter and tighter here, trying to get this squeeze on the top part. And as you guys can see, it's setting up kind of this ascending triangle, quadruple topping, pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 topping here, 293, and we're looking for the breakout on the upside on it. Now the plays that we'll be looking at for here will be this breakout, as we can talk about, you know, get this bounce and look for maybe even get rejected one more time, bounce to go in the trend line, break out, look to take some profit on the breakout, potentially look for the re-entry and kind of keep it riding it up on that way, or we can just see it bounce into a breakout right away and potentially look for the retest of the breakout. But, you know, getting tighter and tighter, you know, when things get tighter, usually means the squeeze is going to be harder, and it's setting up a really beautiful ascending triangle. And like I said, even with on Friday with the market weakness, with the COVID fear, Berkshire Hathaway looking really good, as, you know, had dumped a lot of those travel stocks on the first COVID, pretty much, you know, when the first COVID thing happened and all that. So doesn't have to, you know, good old Mr. Warren doesn't have to worry about another COVID scare really hurting him too much, as he dumped a lot of those stocks already. But yeah, getting pretty tight here. Had earnings pretty whatever, normal, you know, surprise 5% down, revenue up about 0.5%, you know, nothing really too crazy. Again, had a gap up right here and then got rejected right after earnings. But yeah, I've been looking for this bounce here. Love buying on the support levels rather than waiting for the breakouts. You can do whatever you're more comfortable with, but I do love, you know, buying on the support, as it gives me just so much higher risk reward. You know, like let's say I enter right here on this level at about 282, I can set my stop loss real tight, you know, right below this trend line support, rather than, you know, trying to enter all late at 292 on the breakout, and then, you know, if it goes down right here, you know, wait for here. But here my risk reward will be so much higher when I buy them off the bounce. And, you know, even if we do get rejected, we have so much risk reward, we actually be still in profits. Just like if you saw here, if you bought at 271, yes, you did get rejected here looking for the breakout, but you still be, you know, very good in profits. So that's why I love to trade off the trendline bounces, and I do point those out very often in our weekly newsletter videos. I point out the setups, the one where it's usually bouncing on the support, because it is when I like to buy it. But of course, you know, stick to your style, you know, try both ways, you know, paper trade them if you're new and see which style works best for you. Some people like to buy the dips, some people like to, you know, to wait for the breakouts. It's all up to your trading style, and that's a beautiful thing about trading. There's hundreds and hundreds of different trading styles out there. Test them out and see what works for you and stick to what works for you. Next up, EXFY, another pretty recent IPO. When did the IPO? The IPO on 10th of November, so it's like not even been a month, and you're like, I'm telling you, what's up with all the IPOs today? I don't know, but I like the looks of them. I can't help it. Here, it's had this pretty clear double top here around this $51 level, got rejected, but, you know, bounced on this support trend line. Now very similar. I would love to see this come down here to 46, pick it up at 46, and then break through on the third test. But we're gonna have to see if that's gonna be happening. That is the play that I'm looking for. We can also see just a sort of breakout coming in early next week, as this thing is looking really primed to just break to the upside. And, you know, a lot of times it's new IPOs, you know, they spike up right away, sell off, and then they get kind of like a second pump pretty quickly right after the IPO, you know, like 2 to 3 weeks after maybe beginning with sell off. And it's kind of what we're looking here for Expensify, EXFY. Again, holding up pretty well on Friday, even though the market was down pretty bad. It got up, it did get rejected on a $51 level, but still like holding up pretty well. You know, all things I love to see. And like I said, it's getting squeezed also on the TTM squeeze on the daily time frame. So to me, it's looking ready for the breakout. Would love to see a sell off around this $45, $46 level where I can pick it up on the trend line and, you know, get ready, you know, load up low and get ready for the breakout above 51. Of course, you know, your stop loss will be totally supporting trend line, just like with the BRKB. Pretty similar setups here on both of those. And it's 3 stocks for this week. We're actually gonna go with a different one for the fourth, and we're gonna go with GILD. GILD, one of those health stocks, which should be pretty good. You know, if the COVID stock thing, you know, whatever COVID mess keeps going up, keeps going on, you know, could be doing pretty well. First of all, I'd like to point out it's getting rejected here on this all-time high level, which I believe it's the all-time high level, right? Yeah, it should be all-time high level here. It's kind of been getting rejected multiple times on this downturning resistance. It looked like it was trying to break out on Wednesday, then Friday kind of got rejected right under, but it's been holding up the support level right here, which was a previous gap that got filled, and it's been holding up the support level really nicely. I would love to see this breakout of here with some really good volume. If we can add the volume indicator as well while we're here to kind of check that out, how it looked on last week. Yeah, so we kind of getting this lower volume compared to these other days. So if we can pick up maybe some more than average volume on the daily, looking for this really strong breakout on the top side, I would love to pick some of this up, and looking for some. For my first profit target will be around, really will be around the 72. Depending on your risk tolerance, you can just wait for the $73 level, the previous all-time high level. And GILD is a stock that doesn't move too crazy. As you guys can see, even a couple dollars makes it seem like it moves a lot. But yeah, I would love to see this breakout with some really high volume coming up next week, especially if, you know, the whole COVID news things keeps going up. Could definitely bring a lot of opportunities. I like to run out with EXVY. I don't think they have options just yet. If they do get options, could be a good catalyst for a breakout that they did do. I haven't checked on that, but this will be probably a trade I'll be looking to pick up on shares as well, if they do not have the options ready just yet. EGILD, like I said, another one I'll be looking at for next week, and there's 4 stocks that I'll be looking at for next week. Actually, it's 5. I didn't even notice. If you guys do want to count the VIX in the beginning, something we definitely will have to keep in mind going to next week. You know, looking at those for those inverses of the S&P 500. Like I said, whenever it goes down, you can definitely make money as well. So, you know, don't be scared. Use this as an opportunity to learn how to trade in a different type of market. It's easy to trade when everything is going up, but hey, it's good to test your skill when things are going down, when things are not as easy as they usually are, to see, you know, how much you can learn and how much you can earn as well. But yeah, these are my stock picks for next week. You know, if you're in the Discord community, I'll be posting more on the weekly newsletter. If you want to join our Discord community, make sure you hit the links down below. You can join Trade Live with me every single day, get a trade live alerts with myself and all of our head traders over at the Small Players Academy. Like I said, don't let the Black Friday deal also, don't miss out on that deal, because it's probably one of the best deals of the year. 30% off on both courses, and you get a Euro chat room. Like, come on. I promise you guys, if you stick around for a year learning with us small players, you will be doing really well. If you guys have any stocks you're looking at, make sure you leave them in the comments below. I'll make sure to check them out. I'll leave you guys my opinion on them. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.